Thank you. And I thank the members for the very valuable contributions that I've made. And I've listened closely to the comments and the statements here today, and I appreciate and acknowledge the level of anger and frustration that is felt by communities both in Donegal, Mayo and indeed beyond, as is alluded to by other speakers in the House. Earlier today I had the privilege of going outside to meet with the residents who were affected by this awful saga, and I must say I received a submission from Savannah, a young girl out in the middle of the protest, in a very respectful way. And I have to say, for people who have travelled so much long journeys to be here in Dublin, adjacent to the convention centre here this afternoon, you know, the dignity and respect that they carried out and had their voice heard is very commendable, considering the frustrations that they are going through, and indeed the nightmares. And as many allude to and speak about these nightmares, you know, it's unbelievable what these people, these families, are going through themselves in terms of what is happening to their homes. I was outside along with Joe McHugh, Michael Ring, Joe Carey and Senator Peter Burke in terms of engaging with the residents, and heard many of their personal stories throughout the afternoon, and many of the speeches that were made by those involved in the campaign. I've also been kept updated on all matters relating to the scheme by my colleague Deputy Joe McHugh, and he has absolutely impressed on me and indeed on the Government the need for change and the need to review this scheme as it stands. I met with Fine Gael councillors in Donegal on the same issue a number of months ago, Councillor Harley, Kavanagh, McGuinness and Sweeney, and I've heard loud and clear the voice of their community, through them the elected representatives from my party, and they were expressing their clear frustrations in terms of their community and what they are going through. Government have committed to providing solutions here, and I reiterate the statements and sentiments made by Minister O'Brien earlier that the scheme is now under active consideration by the Department and Government, with a view to making it more accessible for the affected defective concrete blocks in Mayo and Donegal. And I know the Taoiseach is on the record already today in this House in relation to the matter. Our homes are a place we seek refuge in, where to go for safety, security, feel at ease and at comfort. And when you can no longer find refuge in your home, when you're anxious, when you're worried about the safety of yourself and your family and the security of your future, this absolutely has a lasting effect. And we must provide and assist homeowners and provide solutions for mica to enable them again to feel safe and plan their own future in their homes. Members will be familiar with the scheme and the purpose it was set up for, to deal with defective concrete blocks, cracks and fissures which are affecting the structural integrity of people's homes. And the Department is engaging in ongoing dialogue with the Department of Environment, Climate and Communications and SEAI to provide clarity on whether eligible homeowners can access SEAI grant funding while also availing of the defective concrete blocks grant scheme. This would also help prevent a lock-in of carbon inefficiencies in their homes. And I know many comparisons have been made in relation to the pyrite resolution scheme, which was well articulated by members in the House here. Finally, I just want to say, Count Corla, that to conclude, I accept the very valid points that are made today, and I want to reiterate that discussions are ongoing between the Department, local authorities and indeed the local action groups on the ground who are really going through this issue. We absolutely hear their frustration. I would acknowledge in terms of, again, the respectful way in which it was brought to us today. And the Department and local authorities have engaged with local communities extensively over the last decade with a report of the expert panel on concrete blocks commissioned by the Government and published in 2017. This report identified and investigated the issues and examined how best government could support homeowners affected. The aim has always been to return dwellings to the conditions they were in if they had not been affected by excessive amounts of mica and pyrite, and I can assure the House the Government is committed to improving supports for homeowners affected by defective blocks. We have heard a message carried out today by thousands of people who made the journey from Donegal, Mayo and beyond, and work is underway to find a workable solution. Garv Mahagut.